of course, we're very, very famous circuit, synonymous with Formula for us actually, because we're going to get on board with VSR boys, and he's going to take us for a lap around this Albert Park.
It was dry weather for that moment, and I made a huge mistake race, but hopefully these guys will have a better experience of all that, and hopefully these guys can get around the track. We can get all 15 drivers today.
Yep. He's slightly disappointing with the show up, but that's the way it goes, I suppose. It's Friday evening. People tend to go out drinking, you know. It happens. But yeah, on board with VSR Josh through seems to kill everybody on this game.
I was in a battle with somebody. I won't say who here because, you know, professionalism. But I was in a battle with somebody, and they made a mistake, and that is what clashed into me in the area. All sector 1 yellow flag. Is there something wrong at the minute?
Have a look through. That's probably just a momentary yellow for a slow car. I think we're okay. Every driver's out on circuit apart from James Slater.
So far here, some great drivers that I remember. MLA, he is a big one in F1 TSF history. So far, VSR Josh set to 19.8. How do you feel about that time? Do you think that is a solid time to start off the session?
Well, it's just been beaten by VSR Marquez, but certainly we're looking in the 119s. I doubt we're going to see anybody dip into the 118s. If they do, they are literally aliens. But 119.8 is a good time for VSR Josh, but it's quite close between himself and the VSR, the other VSR car of VSR Marquez's. And where is Blizzard? Blizzard is coming around sector 3. Where can he put himself relative to his VSR teammates? And it's very, very close top 3 there. MLA 120.2 as he comes across the line. Next going to be VSR Blizzard across the line. In the other Alfa Romeo Sauber, he goes top of 193. What a time! 193 for VSR Blizzard.
And if you think about track evolution, the track's only going to get faster and faster here, unless there is some wet weather that comes involved. But that is a great time, and obviously this is the best F1 TSF has to offer. So we could be seeing times dip into the 18s here, which would be mental. Jack, you've raced a little bit. What would you think the mindset of these drivers going into the first round of the season is? What do you think they're thinking at the minute going into this round?
Well, mostly it's going to be nerves, of course, because it's a brand new tier, it's a brand new season, brand new game. There's a lot to learn. But I think the opening round is really just to prove to yourself what you can do, and prove to everybody else what you're going to be able to do. And of course they've got to learn the new systems as well. Of course we've got the ERS system that is implemented in this game. That's a new system that everybody's got to learn. And the slightly longer qualifying of 18 minutes, which is it's great in my opinion, because it makes everything a little bit easier for us in the comms box, because we get a little bit more action out on the track. But yeah, basically it's just going to be a bit of nerves, but also a lot of excitement for a new season, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. So far, there are a lot of people going into the pits. How do you feel about that right now?
Well, into the pits they come. They're going to be probably bolting on a new set of boots for another run.
I went for 2 runs at this moment. But like, what would you do if you were in their position?
Well, I know a couple of drivers are out on track, Kirk. Maybe some of the top guys have seen maybe Lewis's pace in a 119.9 on the supers, which is very impressive. Maybe they're going to just come out, give it a go.
But surely you would think that they're going to go on to the ultra softs by the end of it. If Lewis can pump that in with the super soft front, he's got to be a favourite for pole.
Yeah, most likely. So they're probably just going to be sitting in the garage with their head in their hands, thinking, "Oh, I've lost pole already." But we still have 11 minutes to go, and it's a little bit of a lull out on track. A couple of drivers out on track, James Slater and Tom out on track in the Renault as well. So a couple of drivers coming out when everybody else is inside in the garage. So let's see, who have we got on the lap? James is about to go onto a lap. I think Tom is on an out lap. Yep, there he is.
Now, this is insane times currently. What would you think about the people that haven't made times yet? Retrex, James Slater, Malloy, and Hamilton. What would they do at this stage? Are they just looking out? Are they, waiting until the end of the session, or do you think they're just gonna go out now and wait for the track to be a little bit more empty? What do you think they're doing? What's their mindset?
think they just want a clear track. The track's now a bit more rubbered in thanks to the evolution, so they'll get some clean air for a fast run, then come out with maybe about 3 minutes left in the session and bang in a time at the end potentially. It's it's really up to driver preference when they want to come out, but a lot of drivers do prefer the clean track. So definitely going to see some quick times coming in now. We've got a yellow sector 3 for something or other.
Now we do have some race premium drivers in this lobby. MLA is one of them. VSR Marquez's, sorry if I got that pronunciation wrong. VSR Josh is also a race premium driver. Some others as well that are here. Maybe if I forgot any, my bad. I'm sorry. But those are the race. If you want to be a race premium driver, head over to F1 TS Hub's website, and also head over to their social medias, Twitter at F1 TS Hub. If you want to get more information about how to join the league, go onto the website, or just give them a DM on Twitter. We're very good at responding to tweets, and if you need any help, we'll be there in a flash to help you. But so far, we're going to turn our attention right now to the top fives, split between 5/10, but then you go down to 6th spot MLA, 3/10 further down. Is that going to be playing in the mind of MLA that he's quite far back compared to the others?
Yeah, it is going to be there, but maybe he knows where he can gain the time back, which might help his mindset. I did actually notice that Soyuza is also did his run on the super softs, and he's still on the super softs on a fresh set. Oh my lord! He just had the biggest moment through 11 and 12. Well saved, Soyuza. That was some rallycross stuff right there.
Currently, I am following VSR Josh on his lap.
Yeah, this is going to be a quick one, I reckon, from Josh. It's sideways through sector 3. He's coming now. Can't not run out too wide.
Yeah, there's a Mercedes there. Good job by Julian. So far, though, the head of the Sauber team must be very happy. 1st and 3rd, and now they're going to have a driver who could improve and go pole.
Comes across the line.
2nd. So the Saubers are 1 and 2. This is big.
Let's see what Marquez's can do. He goes 2nd, 1:19.5 as well.
Marquez's
second separating him.
He's going to be the thorn in the side for the Sauber boys. You've got to feel if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Marquez's today. So far, though, the weather is looking a little bit threatening.
Oh, Blizzard 1:19.1. What a time from VSR.
It's not even the end of the session yet. This is great stuff from Blizzard.
If he gets into the 1:18s, that's going to be ridiculous. Oh, there's the rain. It's raining. It is raining.
That could be the best time. You've got to feel bad for people like the Retracts who are yet to set a time. This could be disaster for them.
Yeah, Lewis is out on the lap, but you guys have got to do their times now. MLA goes 4th fastest, 1:19.8.
Good job, buddy. Wayne comes in and smashes it as well, and he goes 4th now.
1:19.7. Lewis has got to pull something out of the bag.
Unfortunately, here for us in the comms box, for the next about maybe 5 minutes, they get quite boring. Sector 1, you get a flag. Is that an actual bad mistake? I don't think so. I don't think so. But so far, the next 5 minutes is going to get quite slow. Apparently, it's the battle for 4th at the minute. Wayne went 4th, MLA went 4th, now Julian. Battle is on, but so far, 4/10 up is VSR Blizzard, and looks like he's going to keep that time of 1:19.1.
Can I just point out as well, there's 0.02 of a second separating Josh and Julian for 3rd. That is ridiculous around this circuit.
And unfortunately that they won't be able to get closer for Julian. I don't think he might be on a run. He might. No. Julian's currently on a timed run right now. This is probably the latest you could go out on a lap before the rain, hurts your tyres. Do you think Julian could smash in a good lap here, or do you think it's game over?
Well, just have him trying to maybe get his telemetry up, see what he's at. He is in hot lap mode. He is on a timed lap, I think, or he's just on a build-up. No, he's on a build-up lap for another run, as far as I can see.
He's got to push.
Super close.
He's got to push.
Maybe I think I was seeing things with the rain, because it really isn't happening.
Plus, I can't see it, but it wouldn't surprise me because it's very cloudy.
I saw it down in Sector 1 on the run up to the second DRS
So,
section, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear.
with Sayuza leaving the session, oh no, this could be bad news for him. Hopefully he can get Julian's boxing. So maybe there is rain. Maybe there is rain. Julian decided to...
There's probably...
And if there is rain,
turnaround.
It's disaster for Julian as well, because he's had to wait for his team at MLA to go in the pits. Is there anyone out on circuit right now? There's Lewis, who is on his super soft. He's coming in again on the ultra soft, so he hasn't put an ultra soft one in. There must be rain. I think your prediction was right, because Lewis, who came out on the side of ultra soft, had to come into the pits. So I think there is rain, mate. I don't think that people can't come. And Eliku, sorry if I pronounced that name wrong, couldn't really put in a great time on the ultra soft either. It's not looking good. I think there is rain, or at least the track has completely cooled down.
Well, we'll see, because Eliku is the only car on track right now. He's got the track to himself.
But he's just finished a timed run, unfortunately, so I don't know if he's going for another one.
Yeah, no, he was. That was a build-up lap what he was doing previously, because he's really pushing on this one. Through Sector 1, he's got that nicely together.
Yeah, do you think this is a good strategy by Elku though? Do you think you should wait till the track's completely rubbered in, or do you think because he can see the rain that now is the time to go? Bit on the grass there. Ooh.
Right, let's watch his run through 11 and 12. Let's see what he can do.
This bit is the difficult bit now. This is the difficult bit. Can he keep the back end together? Whoa. Just about.
He did well. He is finished. So
once again, guys, if you guys are watching, remember to put comments down below in the comments section. Tweet F1TS Hub how you feeling. Oh, he gets so tight on the gravel. That could be curtains.
Well, here he comes. This is his time to run.
I don't think there is rain. The light's shining through. The light is shining through.
He comes across the line.
10th.
It's 10th. So it's not really an improvement. We got 3 minutes left in the section, and there's pretty much no action out on track. Scuderia Seb comes back out. We got the Renaults looking to come out. We got the McLarens. Yeah, and we're going to see a hive of activity now. This is the last timed runs we're going to see.
Now, I was driving earlier, and my thoughts were very much in the negative, in the fact that I was always thinking no matter where I qualify, something could go wrong. How do you feel someone like VSR Blizzard, who is above the rest at the minute in terms of times? How do you think he's feeling? Do you think he's going to be confident? Do you think he's still going to be nervous because of the race start? What is his mindset?
I think he's going to be really happy. I would even doubt he's even going to come out, because he's got such a huge gap of 0.4 per second. Now, unless Marquez and Josh have made big mistakes on their lap, he's going to be in a good place. And I don't think he's going to be worried about the start, because if you're on pole, you pretty much control the corner. So I think he's going to be in a good mindset. It's
all down to your start, though. Really, you could have an absolute shocker at the start, and that could be your game. That could be game over for you.
Well, it is a VSR 123.
Yeah, it is a VSR 123. But the VSR boys going to be happy with that. But so far, right? Who would you pip to get pole? Do you think Blizzard's got it? Do you think we could see something from Marquez's and Josh, or do you think it's game over at this point?
I just think Blizzard's just got too much time in hand to have any sort of challenge from the guys. But then again, I could be wrong, and we could see somebody pull something really special out of the bag, which of course we'd love to see.
Oh, honestly, yeah, we'd love to see it.
So I think we have our first timed lap on its way. Wayne is coming across the line to do his lap. I also see Tom doing his one in the background as well, so we're going to see a lot of activity on the timing screens. So now, if you're seeing a yellow flag in Sector 1, it is for Lewis, just pulling out of the way of a few cars there, so he's just being courteous.
We've kind of forgotten to together.
And Julian too, he's right in there as well. He's 2,000 of a second behind Josh.
Do you think this is now becoming... Do you think this is now becoming the battle for second rather than the battle for first?
It's pretty clear cut, I think it is, but let's see, can Blizzard get into the 118s is going to be the next question.
Do you think
he'll come around?
Do you think he's planning that, or do you think this is just literally mind games on his part to come out, see if he can set a new time, or do you think he's actually interested in setting a new time? Or
he's
do you
got
think
the psychological advantage, so I think that's just exactly what he's going to do. But Josh is definitely going to challenge him, try to make it a Sauber 1-2 on the grid. Marquez is going to try and see if he can spoil the party for the two Saubers. And Josh a little bit. No, Josh's lap is gone. He's gone off in sector 1. That's it, I think, for Josh.
Drama in the extreme. He's retired. Drama for Josh.
Yeah, just got it wrong into turn 1.
I don't believe it. I can't.
It's not over yet, though. Marquez is his P2. Let's see, run through sector. Oh, he's a little bit of the back end, losing it through there.
The thing is, though,
on a lap as well.
You can make that up. The thing is, so Josh here could go back to the 3rd row because Wade is also looking very, very punchy. Blizzard. Oh, it went purple for me on my screen now. I don't think it actually set a time. That was just an F1 glitch. Sorry about that. But Marquez is... He's the man. Josh is about to come around to the 3rd sector now. We're looking at... no, Blizzard, sorry. We're looking at Blizzard at the minute. Can Blizzard beat his time? So far, MLA cannot beat his time. He's done. So right now, it's down to Blizzard. Can he get to the 118s?
Comes across the line.
Yes!
Yes! 189! What a lap! That's nearly half a second quicker than everybody else. That is stupid pace.
Julian next across the line. Julian next across the line. Jamie, head of teams, has got to be proud of that one.
That is incredible. Here comes Julian across the line. Can he go on the 2nd row? Yes!
Yes!
119.
He's on the 1st row. Now Marquez has to beat his time. This could be drama.
Marquez's comes across the line.
He stays 3rd.
Oh, MLA has actually crashed.
Oh no!
Lewis P2. Where has he called that one out of?
What is happening? What is happening?
That's everybody pretty much.
Done.
Qualifying is done. VSR Blizzard P1 on a 118.9. That is ridiculous.
Wow! Good stuff on the boys. So that was definitely exciting. We had a threat of rain at the beginning, but it's all gone down right. Anyway, as you know, how do you feel that session went for the boys? They must, apart from Blizzard, they must be feeling very, very nervous for this now.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I'll let you run down the list of names. In the order.
VSR Blizzard, pole position for the 1st round of the F1 TSO Prestige tier. Lewis on P2, pulling out of the bag right at the end. Julian P3, but you can see the gap, 4 tenths is huge. VSR Marquez is P4, Josh only managed P5, MLA P6, Wayne P7, Tom in P8, Scuderia Seb in P9, Sayuza P10, Directrix P11, and you can just say 1 second separates 13 drivers. That's really, really close.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
P12, Malloy in P13, James Slater P14, and running at the back is Jesse in the Haas car. So, what a qualifying. I think we're in for one hell of a race.
Now that could be true, however, if Blizzard makes a start here, it could be game over from the off. I don't want to sound negative here, but Blizzard is on a roll, especially after qualifying.
Yeah, he definitely is, but it
looks sunny. It looks like sunny here in Australia. I've got freckles though, so I don't really like to tan very much. Are you much of a tanner, Jack?
No, because I'm ginger. So
I'm not ginger, but I have tons of freckles.
I burn.
I burn like the Pirelli tyres. I don't know. I tried to make an F1 pun. It didn't really work. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Have we got just remind me, have we got a formation lap or do we not?
We do have a formation lap, so we can run through. We can run through. So where do you think?
Oh, hold on. Kian is on the grid, I've just realised.
Kian
managed to join, he will be...
However, he'll be starting from the back of the grid.
Yeah, but at least we have another driver to add to the tally, which is nice.
Kian is I believe, yeah, Kian is also a race premium driver. Malloy is also another one. So yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe, or not subscribe, but become a race premium driver. It really helps out F1 TS Hub. And here we go, the formation lap's on the way.
16 drivers.
However,
Marquez is in the way.
He's still away.
Marquez is stalled.
We really must hope that Marquez is... No, he's disqualified.
Oh, disqualified. Yeah, no, that's it. So obviously he's disconnected, or he's had a wheel issue or something like that.
Hopefully,
disaster.
Hopefully, he can get it started. Because right now, though, Josh, he was in 2nd. He's gone down to 5th.
Yeah.
Just
let's run through strategies. Top 10 all in ultra softs. We have the rest on super softs, apart from Keane, who's going to go on the soft tyres.
Do you
So
think Keane always has
cut.
the box, but do you think he's going to go super soft to ultra soft or super soft? No, soft to super soft or super soft to ultra soft? No, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. Soft to ultra soft or soft to super soft. There you go. Tongue twister, that one.
I guess you'll have to judge on how long the ultra softs will last on the top guys, because if he can manage the soft to ultra soft, he's definitely going to do it. But I think potentially it might be more likely that he goes soft, super soft. But we'll wait and see, because we don't really know the degradation of these ultra soft tires.
Now, the first corner here could be very deadly to some cars. Do you think Louis goes for it in the first corner, or do you think he waits back and tries to get him down the straight?
I think he's going to just have to wait and get him in turn 3. I think that's just the better option. I think we've had 3 drivers disqualified. That's why they're all sitting on the grid. Let's hope Marquez can solve his issue.
Hopefully.
Otherwise,
maybe Marquez shouldn't want to do the formation lap. Maybe that's like a little thing to get the driver started. But so far, Red Bull 2 and 4. There's got to be a big boost for the Red Bull boys.
Yeah.
Second and fourth.
Well, we're waiting for the last kind of pole position, which will be Malloy, because he's the one that hasn't been disqualified. So now we're going to get ready to get underway. Here we go. Waiting for the light sequence.
Here we go. Let's go. All right, we've got 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's lights out and away we go. And this is Marquez has made an absolute horrible start. So far, Blizzard's got away all right. We've so far gone to the first corner. Julian's going on Louis, and it seems there was a little bit of contact maybe, I'm not entirely too sure. Oh, there's a big...
Oh, we got an accident in the background, Everlay's in the wall. Right at the back there, Directrix involved as well. Up the front, Lewis and Julian fighting it out into turn 3. It's a perfect start for Blizzard. Let's look further down the field. We've got another accident, I think. There's been a bit of carnage down the back, not the cleanest start into turn 3. But it is the perfect start for VSR Blizzard. Already 1.1 ahead, and Julian's all over Lewis as we run down through Sector 1.
This is the worst nightmare for the other drivers.
Yeah, well, Marquez did not get a good getaway. He really bogged down off the line, just didn't get the traction that he needed.
He's 7th!
And now he's got to try and get past Tom here. I think he's under AI control as far as I can see, but, well, it might be glitched, but he is, I think, in the session, we hope. Josh now starting to maybe pile on the pressure a little bit onto Julian. But VSR Blizzard, absolutely perfect getaway, already 1.3 ahead. I think it's see you later for him.
Is it game, set and match?
Well, let's hope not, but it looks like it already. But we're probably going to see a really tasty battle for the podium between these guys back here.
Now, one issue for me is Marquez's. He looks so good in qualifying. But now he's bogged down, he's had a horrible start. And did you say he was under AI control?
I think he might be, because he's just really not on the pace. He's now got passed by Malloy into turn 1. So that's really not working for him now. Lewis having to go defensive versus Julian, and Josh now into this train. Wayne's catching up to the back of these guys. So
far, the biggest start was Malloy with 6 places or up. What a start for Malloy.
Yeah, brilliant getaway for the Renault driver. He's on the back of his teammate now, and it is worth mentioning, he is on the super softs. So he's going to be a real contender now. He's right on the back of his teammate here. Will Tom let him through? Is it just going to be a battle here? Right on the outside, Tom backs up and gets through. That could have letting him through there.
That could have. That almost went awry though. That almost went awry.
Almost did. Julian made a little mistake. He almost went off in 11.
Thing is though, right? Apart from the start, Blizzard hasn't really got away here.
No, he really hasn't. He's 1.2 ahead, but now Lewis is now in the groove, and now he's just matching his lap times. But I think Lewis is just maybe losing a bit of time by looking in his mirrors and seeing it full of Mercedes, and maybe this is just helping him get the push on and try to catch up to Blizzard here.
The thing is though, this lap DRS is enabled even, and Lewis sets the fastest lap. That's got to be a worry for Blizzard.
Yeah, Aiku, he's spent the pit lane already, probably for damage. He's come in for that one, but DRS is enabled this lap. Doesn't really work down the back straight, but it will definitely work.
If Elku goes on the soft tyre, can he make that last, as we see Lewis go onto the grass there?
Yeah, it seems to be kind of a line that they're taking, running right out onto the grass. But Lewis is definitely starting to just trying to nudge into that DRS range.
Thing is though, right, can Elku, he's got on the super softs. I don't know whether I agree with that. Do you think he can make the softs last 26 laps, 27 laps?
No, he's going to have to pit again, for sure. But
See,
I think he's just maybe forgot to choose his tyres.
See, I would have gone on the softs there and tried to chance it. Because in that case you have nothing to lose. Most of the grid's on one stops anyway. Well, all the grid are, because you can easily super soft to soft, but you can also easily ultra soft to soft.
Yeah, and now you can see Lewis, he's almost with him, he's just outside that DRS range, which is the crucial 1 second mark. So, whoa, he's run a bit wide out of the last corner, it's going to compromise down
Julian will have DRS, Julian will have DRS here. Can Julian make him, Julian the fastest lap?
Yeah, he's going to be vulnerable down this next part of the straight. Here we go then. Watch for the DRS activation, and Lewis with a 3-second time penalty. That's going to hinder him in his chase. Julian up the back straight. He's going to maybe try a little lunge on Lewis. He's way too far back to try it there, I think. And he is going to have to hold on. I just noticed Marquez is... Oh, we've got a huge battle for 7th down here between Scuderia Seb, Tom, and the 2-Force Indias here. This is brilliant stuff. Marquez has just got past the Renault of Tom, Scuderia Seb, and James Slater involved in there as well. So they're having a nice
This is a train and a half.
Yeah, Lewis now dropping time.
Marquez is. I don't think he's under. I don't think he's under Paul's control or AI. I think he's genuinely controlling it. To get the pace here, as we can see, Scuderia Seb right on the back of Malloy. No, sorry, LMC Hamilton.
Yeah.
We don't want to see a battle go through this S section. You do not want to go side by side through here.
Nope, it worked in the previous game. Doesn't work in this one. So it's just a bit of a death wish if you try that. Just making Malloy is making huge tracks by now. He's now within DRS range of 5th, which is Wayne. So
he's on the super soft as well.
Race.
He's super soft.
He's leading this race at some point.
He's also on the super soft tyre.
Yeah, definitely is. Julian, back to Julian. Can't be able to. He's not able to mount and move just yet. I think he's just in that little zone that he just can't quite close up to him, and he's gonna have to watch his mirrors because Josh is right with him too.
Marquez is with a penalty. If his day can't get any worse.
Let's see if Scuderia Seb can mount an attack on Tom. Nope, don't think he can.
Keep the update on that. I'm going to keep looking at the top 3 battle right now because there is a train forming behind Louis.
Yeah, he's IQ with the fastest lap down the back. That's what he's doing. Julian's looking as we run up towards 11 and 12.
We've also lost Sayuza. I don't know whether he mentioned that, but we lost him.
I think that was before the start of the race, actually. Could have been, but let's see. Julian needs this run through 11 and 12 to have a chance. Lewis is also now within DRS range of your race leader. Lewis has got a bad run. Here comes Julian towards 13.
Oh, he's gonna get him!
Outside. Is he going to be able to do it around the outside of this next
You
corner?
think?
Really tiny squeezes him.
Oh, still!
Julian makes contact.
Still my side!
That's been a side by side, but Lewis just holds on. Josh also,
Christ.
he's had to look behind because Malloy has now got past Wayne for 5th place, and he's going to be right on the back of this train. He's going to be a huge contender for this.
Josh, the thing is though, this is allowed Blizzard to get away.
Here comes Julian once again to mount an attack on Lewis. He's going to have to go to the outside of turn 1. Surely not! Round the outside of turn 1!
Oh!
That wouldn't work. He just can't make it work. Just runs out of room.
This could make it vulnerable.
I think Josh has hit him. Josh hit him in the back. He's got wing damage.
Josh has got wing damage.
Yeah.
Drama in the extreme.
Look on the left-hand side of that wing. That is totaled. And now Malloy is right in the fight here.
You cannot believe this.
Look, here comes
Malloy! Malloy!
Round the outside, surely easily done because he's got the wing damage.
He's
into
done
4th
him!
place now. Wow, Malloy up to 4th place on the super soft tyres. This guy is in contention for a podium.
I think he could win it, you know, if he keeps this constant pace on the super soft tyre. I think he could win it.
Yeah.
He can go longer on that faster tyre. If you think about it, the other guys have to go on the soft tyre earlier, and they actually
3rd.
I would say Blizzard, watch out. I'd say Blizzard, watch out. There is
must
a
have made
Renault
a big-
charging through the field.
I think Julian must have made a mistake because he was 2 seconds ahead of the last time I looked. He's in. Julian into the pit lane.
He must
And Lewis
damage
in
his
as
wing.
well. Oh, he's got a 5-second stop goal disaster for Lewis. That's pretty much his race done and
That,
dusted. Josh is in as well. So this is
These-
the first round of stops for the ultra-stop runners. It is going to be Julian onto the
Josh,
soft tyres.
to my knowledge, has to have a wing change.
Yeah, he's going to have to. You can see the boys working away at it. And that's going
Thing
to
is,
cost him
though,
time.
He's been lucky here because if Blizzard pitted, because Blizzard had rights to pit first, that could have been curtains for Josh's race.
Yeah, it could have been. Just notice Keane is on his way up to the field. He just got past Retrix for 7th. He's on the soft tyres. He's going to be going a long way into this race.
Now, do you
Just watch
think
out for him.
Keane will go super soft, or do you think he will ultra soft?
He might try the ultra soft. Might just give the ultra soft a go. Maybe. It doesn't really matter, I suppose. He can try either. Just see
Interesting.
how the soft tyres
Do
last.
you think that'll happen on his positioning, or how long the tyres last, or do you think it's a mixture of both?
Well, just kind of go back to his battle here. I don't think he actually may have passed Retrix. I think Retrix is all over him now. To run through 11 and 12. Retrix. Oh, Retrix in the wall. Big accident.
No, Retrix on that
The
S
first
section.
victim of 11 and 12.
That S
is Retrix
section.
in the McLaren. It was always going to claim somebody. Your race leader is into the pit lane. VSR Blizzard into the pits for his stop. Now, where is he going to come out relative to the others? Malloy takes the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. Wayne is now P2.
The Retrix
So
has
Marquez
left.
is in. Seb is in. Keane is going to come past and just jump in front of these guys. Blizzard coming down the pit lane. He's on the soft tyres now. He's going to be going to the end on this set. So, Blizzard comes out. He's going to come out just in front of Jesse. Lewis is quite a ways off him, actually. He's 1.3, actually nearly 2 seconds in front, or behind VSR Blizzard. He's got a pass in between him as well.
My thing is that Malloy now can just pump in lap times and see how far he can get away from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, because his next challenger is James Slater, who's actually about 10 seconds behind him. Wayne is on Warren Ultrasoft, so Malloy has just got to bang in the lap times, and he's got a real shot at victory here.
Sorry to hear for Retrix. Sad times. I mean, I was victim, not myself personally, but I got caught in an incident at 11 and 12. I know the feeling.
Lewis just overtaken Jesse for 6th place because he is actually a little bit closer to Blizzard than he has been in the previous laps. He's within that DRS range, but remember he has got a 5-second stop go and a 3-second penalty on top of that, so it has kind of ruined his chances a little bit. But we're not gonna say no to a battle for the Net Race League.
Also, Louis has gone on to soft tyres, although on my screen it looks like super softs. But
No,
can you confirm?
He's definitely on softs.
On my screen there's a glitch and it looks like he's on super soft. Well, I was about to say, if he is actually on super soft, why would he make that move? That seems like a silly move. Oh, it was about for second. Keane and James Slater. James Slater goes into the back of Keane and we're racing.
Yeah, Keane I think may have just jumped James there, and Keane's doing a really good job on those soft tyres. He's now well, not really net P2, but he's up there and fighting. Lewis and Blizzard almost nose to tail at this point in time. Blizzard
Keane,
just
though,
about 8 tenths per second.
I think Keane is about to like get through his pit stop. I think he's almost there. In terms of the gap, he is creating a massive one. Malloy could win this. He's creating the gap, Malloy. He's doing a good job.
He is about 14 seconds ahead of Blizzard, who is the net race leader.
He'll be on new tyres though, so that will even help him out even more.
Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting one to watch how this unfolds. I really want. Yeah, Josh has fallen way down thanks to that wing damage. Julian, I think, just getting past Jesse there. Jesse's out of sync in this battle here. He's on 8-lap-old super softs. So he's going to be coming in really shortly. Blizzard now right on the back of James Slater here, and he needs to get past quick so he doesn't get backed up into Lewis. So it's going to be a relatively easy move, I think.
I mean, defends the super soft versus ultra. Blizzard sets a fastest lap on his new softs.
Yeah, always going to happen, I think. And Malloy increasing the gap. He's now 30. Well, he's about 14 seconds ahead of Blizzard at this point. Blizzard's got to get through the traffic. But Malloy, as he said, will be on brand new tyres when he pits. But these guys now right on the back of Kean.
Do you think Malloy could leak out this and be able to go on a not soft run, or do you think he's going to go on softs?
Honestly, not too sure on that one. If he can put, I doubt he's going to be able to push the super softs long enough to put it bang on a set of ultra softs. But we'll see in due course. Blizzard now needs to get past Kean towards the inside 11 and 12. It should be an easy move. He's already ahead, and Kean fight it too much. But now, the key is Blizzard may. He's going to be pushing hard to try and catch up to Malloy, but he will wear out his tyres in doing so.
Yes, that is the key
it's
thing.
Be an interesting dynamic.
However, Malloy will pit into a load of traffic.
I thought we had a little battle there, but never mind, we don't. Lewis now needs to get past Kean.
Lewis can do it on the back straight, you feel. Again, he's not on super softs as my screen shows. He is on softs, and he goes right outside and he's got the job done on Kean. Kean's tyres are beginning to wear now.
So 10 laps on them.
Again, guys, how are you feeling about this race? Can you please let us know?
Anyway, Julian on the back of James Slater now. James Slater, of course, out of sync. He's done 10 laps on the super softs, and Julian, no fight from him whatsoever. Gets straight through. Now Blizzard.
What
really
tyre is Julian on? Because again, it's showing super softs for me.
Julian's also on softs.
My game's glitching. Sorry about that, guys, for the screen and you guys watching.
Malloy is now starting to get reeled in very quickly by Blizzard. Just took a second out of him that lap.
Do you think Malloy should now box for a set of softs and run that before the gap gets too low down? What do you think his game plan is here?
I reckon he's going to maybe push it to maybe lap 15 and see if he can maybe try. Well, he's going to have really fresh softs then, but we'll see how he does. He's still got 11 seconds over Blizzard, but Blizzard is catching very quickly. But those tyres will wear off very, very quickly. Lewis is now building up the penalties, so he's going to be pretty much out of contention for this podium.
That's unfortunate. He's very quick.
Yeah, he is very quick. Just needs to watch those apexes. James Slater finally comes in after doing 10 laps on those super soft tyres. Now let's watch it. This is going to be our reference. He will bang on a set of softs. So, James Slater off the soft tyres.
Where will he come out?
Nice fresh softs.
Elku comes in as well. Elku comes in as well. He boxed on that one.
Yeah, well, James is going to come out in nice clean air, as far as I can see. Which he
I
is.
mean, the only person that can catch him is MLA, who's had an absolute nightmare of a race.
Got a nice little scrap here for 6th position between Marquez's, Wayne, Jesse, and Josh, all fighting it out here.
Where do you think VSR Josh should be happy with now, considering his circumstances with the broken wing and him having to go further back? What position would he be at?
Best he can hope for is maybe 6th. Anyways, we'll just pop back to Julian, who's now just going to go up the inside of Keane towards 11 and 12, and that's easily done. Just keep an eye on Malloy. We'll keep an
eye on Julian and Keane here, just in case the dirty air affected either driver. But Malloy needs to box soon, you feel?
And he is.
He's boxing. He knows. He's listening to the stream.
So he's coming out right around Keane. Josh now ahead of Jesse. He's just got past him. Right, Malloy. He's gonna have to bang on a set of softs, which he does because he got to use 2 compounds. Blizzard takes the lead once again. Lewis P2. Julian's gonna take P3, but technically he's in P2. Now it's gonna be tight. He's gonna come out in front of Marquez's, which is crucial. Just about. It's gonna be a little bit tight. Marquez has got the momentum into turn 3. I think Marquez's might have him here. I think he is going to have him. He's not going to have DRS, but he will have hot lap mode engaged. Malloy goes really defensive towards turn 3. He's into the wall. That was never going to work. Malloy gets punted into the wall, and that is game over for the Renault. You just got to feel for him. What on earth was that?
There was no way. I don't know what he was thinking.
Oh.
Who would you say is to blame? Could that be a steward's incident there?
that might be going to the stewards. I definitely think it should be looked at, in my opinion, because that's a race over from Malloy. He was on course for a podium, potentially a race win if he could find that pace. But that is just a huge shame for him, dropping down all the way down to 10th.
But Louis, though, I mean, I know he's got tons of penalties to deal with, but he's right on the back of Blizzard.
Yeah, he is actually on older tyres compared to Blizzard, but Lewis is actually technically fighting for second, because Julian needs to stay within about 9 seconds of him to take P2.
I would say so, yes.
Jesse now in, he's done 12 laps on those super softs, that's quite a long stint for him. He comes in now, and now Wayne trying to get back past Marquez.
Malloy's back in.
These two guys, Malloy back in for a new wing. Wayne's going to try to get past Marquez.
Would you say that's game over for Malloy in terms of getting points?
Yeah, I think so. He's going to bang on a set of super soft, maybe just trying to get fastest lap now. But
Wayne... It's a safety car.
It really could do with the safety cars. That would fall in his favour then, with fresh super softs.
Then again, though, you know, who's going to go? Louis! Losing out so far to Blizzard.
Yeah.
So far, the excitement levels are high here in the comms box.
Yeah, let's see if Wayne can maybe mount a move on Marquez. I think he's a little bit too far back for this section, but maybe line him up at thinking about turn 3 now. Marquez has got wing damage from that incident.
About the halfway stage of the Grand Prix, and would you say so far Blizzard's got it done? Considering Louis' penalties?
I would think so.
Considering Louis' penalties. Oh, and Wayne hits the grass and is to the back end, but now we're going to go down the back straight. Can he get the job done? DRS open, probably in overtake mode. And not enough yet. But down the back straight, down this straight right now, it's surely got to be a favourable place for Wayne to get the better of Marquez's. Once again, guys, if you guys are enjoying this, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you want to become a racer here at F1 tier sub, go to the website. It's very self-explanatory on the website how to do. Just apply to race and you'll become a reserve driver, and if there are any vacancies in the leagues, we'll be able to fit you in. And if you are struggling with applying to race, make sure you give our Twitter at F1 tier sub a DM, or just tweet at us and we will reply to you and get you all sorted out very, very quickly. We are very good when it comes to that kind of stuff. But so far, I am following the battle between Wayne and Marquez's. I don't know. Are you following from Marquez's or Wayne's point of view?
So I noticed Marquez has got wing damage from that incident he had with Malloy, so he is going to be vulnerable. Tom picking up time penalty there, but we've got a yellow flag for some. That's sector 3. Now that's going to be for someone down the back. Tom is out. 11 and 12 once again. I think he's gone off at 11 and 12. He's retired as a result. He hasn't crashed, but I think he's just given up because of the damage. So that's our second retirement. Only 2 retirees. It's actually pretty good for a race of this caliber.
Especially an opening race as well.
Yeah, that's very good. Now Marquez is actually closing up to Kian.
Malloy has got time penalties as well. Marquez is catching to Kian. Oh, this is the battle on now.
Now Kian is going to be a really deciding factor in this battle between Marquez and Wayne, because really these guys are fighting for 4th position. Best of the rest.
Has Kian's not boxed yet, has he?
Kian has not boxed yet. He's done 15 laps on those softs. He's trying to do the ultra softs, I think, at this point. So let's see. I think it's going to be. Oh, he taps the wall on the way out of turn 10. I think it's just going to be an easy move for him there. And he's through already as he comes towards 11 and 12. And just watch out, Wayne gets a little bit killed. He just got held up through that corner.
Wayne! That could have ended. Oh, Wayne's at the inside, so the battle continues between Marquez's and Wayne.
Yeah, that was.
You've also got Josh. It was in the battle for P4.
Yeah, he's just been hanging around here. After the wing damage, he kind of just got caught up, but now he just needs to get past Kian.
Now, this is my opinion and my opinion alone, but do you think Blizzard's got kind of lucky with the circumstances? Josh making a mistake, Then Malloy making a mistake. All these challengers seem to be making a few silly mistakes apart from Blizzard.
Well, I don't think Blizzard's been lucky. I think he's just been the best. He got pole position. He's led every lap so far. He's just done the best job compared to everybody else. But Lewis is kind of just keeping tabs with him. As you will notice, he's now dipped into DRS range. So this battle isn't over yet. It's going to be tainted, unfortunately, with penalties, but it's going to be nice nonetheless, just to see if we can maybe get a little bit of side-by-side action between Lewis and Blizzard.
Yeah, again, no, you never know what could happen in an F1 tier sub race.
Yeah.
Blizzard could make a huge mistake.
It doesn't look likely at this point. He just looks way too consistent.
11 and 12 can be the worst. 11 and 12 could catch you out at any moment, mate.
Yeah, it could, especially on the worn tyres. Gotta be careful. So, they're staying in touch with each other.
Now,
up front, Julian also kind of keeping tabs with them too.
Julian, I think, got third quite comfortably. He could even be battling for second, really, with all the penalties. I don't know.
Oh, Malloy's out. Now, where is he gone off? He's gone off in just on sector 2 here. Oh, that's a big. He's gone on the wall there. How has he done that?
I can't see it. Where's he gone on the wall?
Just after the right hander of the sector 1 split, he's gone off.
Oh,
through the kink.
That means both Renault drivers are out. That's poor for Renault. How do you think the Renault boss will be feeling after that?
Well, he's currently banging his fist on the table. It's not gone well for him. McKeon finally makes a pit stop. He comes out in 9th place on fresh, super soft tyres. And just notice as well, we're going to see a nice little inter-team battle for 10th between the two Haas drivers. That's going to be an interesting one to watch between Jesse and Elku.
I mean, I totally think Elku is the faster of the two. He's been pumping in fastest laps that I've seen. I don't think I've seen Jesse pump in fastest laps yet.
I just noticed Lewis now has DRS. He had it down the back straight. He's starting to catch a little bit.
Yeah, but is it too little too late for Lewis?
It may be a little bit too little too late, but we just have about 10 laps to go next time by.
Do you think that Blizzard?
Not said and done.
Do you think Blizzard would let Louis go, or Lewis? Sorry.
I doubt it. Blizzard, I think he's been leading this entire race. I think he wants a bit of side-by-side action now. Oh well, Lewis gets another penalty, so that's put another dampener on things.
And if it can't get any worse.
No, not really. But I think it's just he just wants to pass him for pride at this point.
Lewis gets another penalty. I don't know whether you saw that.
So he's within about 0.8 of a second now. He has been saving his energy.
So what? How many penalties does Lewis have? Is there no way to check that amount?
I think he has at least 4, as far as I know.
And there's all three.
At least 4.
So that's 12 seconds.
Yeah.
Which means at this rate, if he was to catch VSR Blizzard, he needs to get him by more than a second a lap. Which at this point is very unlikely as they go through the left at 11 and 12.
3. Yeah, he's got 4 corner cut penalties. Sorry, he's got 3 corner cut penalties and a 5-second stop go.
So that's 14 seconds.
So at this rate, well, he is comfortably in 3rd. He's 9 seconds ahead of Marquez. So he's going to get 3rd, but Julian is going to inherit 2nd.
That's going to be bittersweet.
Actually no. He's actually he might drop to 4th. It's going to be tied. Yeah.
Currently, right now though, Louis is getting closer and closer. I mean, I know the battle won't amount to anything, but we could be seeing an on-tap battle here between Blizzard and Louis. Because it's the first race of the season. If you're Blizzard, you want to finish the race in first. Even if you... Go on.
It's for pride. You want to prove that you're the fastest. And you want to prove that you are the best. But Lewis suddenly find this burst of pace. Now within about 0.4 of a second of Blizzard. Blizzard is really saving his energy. Either that or he's really fallen off the pace. Or he's just not going to fight Lewis because he knows how many penalties he has. This
the battle's on.
Right here.
The battle's on. And this could be curtains. Especially if Blizzard Here we go. It's going to be either now or the next straight. You feel as Blizzard goes on the grass. Oh, he goes to the back end.
Loses the back end a little bit there. Lewis, I think, is going to maybe have him even before turn 1 with the DRS. So he's going to get right up behind him. Needs to run out of the last
There
corner
are so many penalties in this race so far. It's so hard to follow, but we do know that currently Blizzard has got this under wraps.
Yeah, right. Here comes Lewis then through turn 1. Can he get the run out of turn 2? Not quite. He's going to need to ramp up the energy deployment here to maybe have a chance at Blizzard.
He might have to do a Daniel Ricciardo-esque break. No, he's saving it.
About it. Super late on the brakes, but just can't. Now he's going to have to follow through sector 1. There's nowhere to make a move here.
This is the question though, because dirty air could be a big thing for Louis or Lewis.
Get it right, but he might have a pop at him into turn 9 potentially if he can get close enough.
Blizzard has dropped off. Blizzard has dropped off the pace.
There he comes. We have a pop at him into turn 9. No, he's going to wait, I think, for turn 13. Let's wait. Run up towards turn 11 and 12. Blizzard's got to be careful. He's dropping off the pace. Maybe he's saving the tyres. Maybe the tyres aren't holding up as well as he thought. Here we go towards 11 and 12. Needs the run through 12. Blizzard gets a little bit loose onto the grass a little bit there. DRS open for Lewis. Can he make the move? I don't think he's close enough this time. He's saving his energy a little bit here. He's not.
Here we go. We got the battle's on. The battle is more than something on. We got a nice helicopter shot.
Right, here we go then through the last sector. We're going to lap 22 of 29. Also Josh and Wayne. Josh down the inside of Wayne into turn 14. Josh on the inside, Wayne on the outside. It's going to be really tight. Wayne hangs it around the outside. Josh on the inside. Going to switch to the outside for the next corner, and Josh gets it done. He's into 5th place. He's made that one work, and I think that's the best he can hope for.
I'm going to keep an eye on the front. I'm going to keep an eye on the front. You keep an eye on the midfield. Let us know any updates. As here we go. Here comes Louis. It seems like Louis gets really close to the first sector, but can't do anything about it in the second and third.
Yeah, he went deep on the brakes there, and that's going to compromise him all the way through sector 1.
My issue is here is that Julian's catching. Not
massively, but he is catching.
But we've still got 7 laps to go. Julian could catch that gap, and if we because I don't. Can you check? Has Julian got any penalties for us? You can check for us.
Yes. I'll quickly check. He's got a warning for collision, but
is that it?
Let's see, Julian.
Oh, he's just got one!
Yeah, well, he's got one now.
Just as we commentators cursed there.
And I can tell you, Blizzard is on 2 warnings for corner cut.
If Julian now would surely love for Louis and Blizzard to keep the battle going for a few more laps, and he could catch up.
Yeah. Now, actually, I just noticed Blizzard ramping up the energy deployment into mode 5. See, he really wants to stay ahead of Lewis. And he's pulled 0.8 of a second, but in hot lap mode, he's really going to drain his energy. So I think Blizzard just really has us under wraps. He's controlling the pace in that server. So he's got to be careful he doesn't pick up a penalty. Just need to check that he hasn't actually got one. Might have missed it earlier. Quickly have a look. Searching through.
Guys, I think I just lost connection there with my microphone.
Yes, you did.
But now we're back. But the battle was like, I don't know if Julian can do it. You know, I thought he was there, but maybe not.
No, he not really, because he's actually kind of struggling with tyre wear. These guys are kind of getting into that danger zone now. They will be towards the end. MLA with another fastest lap, but now Lewis right back up behind them as he runs into sector 1, or the last sector, into sector 1 now. Lap 24 of 29. F1 TSL Prestige here. We've got a battle for the lead. It is a bit tainted by penalties, but nonetheless we have got a battle. And Blizzard is desperately trying to stay ahead. He's into mode 4, ramping up the energy deployment. Lewis isn't really challenging much as he would, but maybe he's going to mount an attack later on to try and just take it for pride's sake.
I mean, it would be a bit of a tainted win if you didn't finish first on the track, but I'd say so far, if I'd pick a favourite to come across the line first, it would be Louis.
yeah, even on track, it would be nonetheless for pride that he took the win on track with penalties he just did.
Something tells me though that if these guys go side by side, there's going to be a lot of tension here. Blizzard could make a big mistake because Louis is catching a lot now.
Yeah, but he just needs that run through 11 and 12, and it's really tough in the dirty air to try and get that.
So Louis got 1 lap extra soft old tyres here on the soft tyre. No matter what the screen says, I know it says ultra softs, but that's not the way it goes.
Yeah, didn't have the run through 11 and 12 as expected. He just can't really run in that dirty air. So Blizzard is going to do exactly the same. He's saving his energy all the way through Sector 3.
Here we go.
And he'll unleash it in Sector 1 to stay ahead of Lewis.
This is the battle now. Oh no, and Lewis is kind of put one leg on the grass here, but he's got DRS assistant. And also Julian is catching here, but it's a little bit too late, I feel. The battle is on though, for who's going to come across first on the track. And that, I know that doesn't make a difference in terms of the table here, but if these guys go for a move, there could be carnage.
Yeah, it certainly could. Once these guys battle, Julian will start to catch, and he could potentially take the race win if Blizzard picks the penalty. He's very close to picking up one. If he cuts even one corner slightly, he's got a penalty.
And which I know in terms of Louis' case won't be, won't help him at all, really.
Because I can start to see the blisters on Lewis's tyres as well. Left hand side, left front, you can see the blister down the middle.
But he seems to be coping with it more than Blizzard is.
He's got a much better run through turn 10 this time, but this is the crucial one right here.
Keith,
Blizzard's got a penalty, he's picked one up now. So, if these guys battle, Julian's in with a chance. But Blizzard, I think, is controlling this pace enough to stay ahead.
He's kind of, obviously not that slow, but he's kind of in the safety car here for Louis. Louis just got no room, and Louis can only kind of get him on the back straight, really. Louis got to be right up there close to go to the back straight as Blizzard locks up.
Yeah, he's going to be into mode 5 now, down this front straight to stay ahead. Lewis is in mode 3, he's starting to attack. Watch for the run through 1 and 2. Lewis is going to go late on the brakes. Get it turned in as much as he can. He's got a good run. He's got to ramp up the energy deployment now to try and get in front. He's not doing so. He's going to have a little lunge on the brakes in turn 3. He's going to think about it, go late on the brakes.
Blizzard makes a mistake as well with getting his tyre on the grass. And honestly, do you feel a pattern here? Do you feel Louis gets really close in the first sector but cannot keep the pace up going into the sectors 2 and 3?
I think it's just the fact that there's no room. He needs to be brave. He needs this run through Sector 2 to have any sort of chance. We're going to have 3 laps to go next time by. So, Blizzard hit the wall on the way out. He may have picked up damage. He just had a little bit of tyre on tyre comment. Lewis is so close this time towards 10 and 12. Through 10 and 12 he comes. Surely this is going to be it this time towards 13. Blizzard's got to be careful. He's going to have it this time. Lewis is going to take the lead on track. Surely Blizzard's ramping up the energy deployment to try and stay in front. No, oh no, Lewis had a DRS failure. DRS did not open down the back straight. And I think Lewis's chance is blown. But if you have a look behind, Julian is 2.2 behind now.
This is a battle now. Is it too little too late for Julian though? You've got a feel.
I don't think so. There's only 3 laps left and these guys are continuing to battle and he's closing in. He's in second anyway. So, what's he got to lose? Lewis just come quite... But he is very much trying.
This is a difficult time here, because this is a battle where you don't really know. We know that Blizzard has got it. We know he's got it, but do we know if he's going to finish on circuit first?
Yeah, that's the interesting question. Now, Lewis definitely not as close as he was last time. Blizzard made a mistake out of turn 10, and now Lewis's tyres have done 20 laps. But, Blizzard got a bit of a wobble on out of 11 and 12.
This could, I mean, obviously, Louis can't go for a move here, but that would certainly help him catch up.
Oh, he's not on the grass. He got on the grass on the way through turn 13. That really cost him. So let's see, as we run up towards turn 1, can he maybe mount to
He
move on
locks
this
up as
time?
well.
Julian's within 1.9, and can I remind you, you can see him in the background now.
The battle's
This
on.
could come down to the wire between these guys. 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go here. We really...
Oh, Lewis has got this one, surely. Here we go through turn 1. Needs the run out of turn 2. He's maybe getting it. He gets a little bit sideways. Surely this is going to be it this time.
Side by side!
He's going to take the lead on lap 28. Lewis down the inside takes the lead on track.
Smart by Blizzard. Smart by Blizzard.
But will he try and fight it is the next question. Julian is now 1.5 behind.
And now if Louis is the slower of the 2 cars, he could really back up Blizzard here.
He really could. He could really play into Julian's hands. This is not over by any stretch of the imagination. This is going to come down to the last lap. Lewis, he's going to try and take the win on track nonetheless. Oh, he's got a little bit on the grass there, Lewis. He's really struggling for grip on those 21-lap-old soft tyres. They're in danger territory now. Blizzard really not on the pace, and Julian's almost within DRS range.
This is
going to be so close. This is going to be so close on the last lap here, ladies
Something
and gentlemen.
tells me if Julian could have a clean lap, we could have a battle of our hands. Is Julian within DRS range? Is Julian within DRS range?
Not quite, he's 1.2 behind.
The
Now
battle
1.1 just outside DRS range, and Blizzard has the advantage of having DRS off of Lewis. We're on the final lap of the opening round of the F1 TSO Prestige tier. This is not over. This is definitely not over. If Blizzard makes a mistake, Julian is within a shot of victory here.
Yeah, all we need is one mistake from Blizzard and Julian can be right on the back. Here and there are many. Oh, he lost the back end a little bit there, Blizzard.
I think he may have just done enough.
I think unless he makes a major error.
Yeah, it's gonna take a massive mistake from Blizzard
this is bitter
to inherit this.
This is bitter. Also, I think Marquez may have a chance of beating Louis. I don't think Louis's got podium. I don't think Louis got.
He may have dropped to I think he's gonna definitely drop to 4th at least.
This is bittersweet for Louis.
Yeah, and well, Julian's now fallen 1.5 behind.
As we go through this section for the last time, it's game over, I feel. And as we go through the last few corners, this has been a great race. Obviously we'll get to the last few corners, so I won't call it. However, it's looking good for Louis to come home in Australia and win the race. But on merit, VSR Blizzard will take it home. It's a win for the Red Bull, 2nd place for the Sauber, and 3rd place for the Mercedes. Now VSR Marquez can he knock Louis off podium? Can he knock his team off podium? No.
Lewis does get the podium. Josh comes across the line for 4th place.
Louis deserves it. Louis deserves it. Straight up.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Josh takes 4th by 1/10 of a second.
What a race! What good stuff by these guys. Good stuff.
Let's go back to 10th actually. This is going to be nip and tuck at the end. These guys are really close together. The 2 Haas cars within that DRS range. Could be a little bit of a run to the line here between these 2 guys for the last points position.
Oh no! Yeah, may have played a factor there. Will Elku get a place on penalties though?
Comes across the line, Jesse comes across the line, Kian takes 10th, Aiku takes 11th, and MLA will be the last car to cross the line.
Kian scored as a point.
Yeah, well done to him.
After coming from the back of the grid. We have had 3 retirees, Malloy, Hamilton and Retrex, but at the end of the day, your winner was Louis, followed by Blizzard, followed by the Mercedes of, I forgot his name. Oh man, that's really bad commentary, sorry about that. But yeah, on merit though, it is Blizzard who takes the lead for the Alfa Romeo Sauber team. What a race, Jack.
Yeah, really climactic, even though it was tainted by penalties. Nonetheless, really exciting, really teeing up to be a really exciting season. And already looking forward to Bahrain next time out.
Honestly, Bahrain should be good. I'll be racing at Bahrain in the podium tier beforehand. So, you know, I'll be able to give a bit of insight there. But I'll run down the results for you. Blizzard wins it, then Julian, then Louis, then VSR Josh, Marquez's, this is Wayne, Scuderia Seb, James Slater, Jesse, Kian, Elku, MLA are your finishers. Then, people that did not finish, unfortunately, Malloy, Hamilton, and Retrex. Honestly, man, if you had to pick a driver of the day, who would it be? Obviously, you guys can tweet that on the F1 TSL Twitter, but if you had to pick, who would you pick?
Oh, it's a tough one. I would probably... I'd have to give it to Blizzard, it's just flawless.
I'm going to have to give it to James Slater, 14th to 8th. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next week in Bahrain.